celebrating here tonight?
Yes, I am Sammy the African toy.
You short.
Yes, I know I'm short. And you're fly like a motherfucker. Hey, look, we have seen a bunch of comedians that have come up here. Give yourself a hand for sitting through some of the terrible shit. You know, because there was one that said he, get along with women by saying the alphabet. I don't know, he been meeting a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. I'll tell you that one. And like I said, I'm Sammy the African toy. Grew up in a small West African country called Liberia. For you that don't know where that is, that's where we African cut motherfucker head off that don't obey. You see, our leaders tell us we love y'all, because they love you to the blood. You fuck up, take your head off, and play with your blood. That's true love, you see? My little village that I grew up in, my daddy was called king. Not like he was the king of Thailand or England, but more like the captain of a football team out in Bakersfield. You see, he was called king because in our little town, he's the only guy that knew how to read and write, and he had 30 kids. Yeah, damn, true shit. And every time I tell people that story, they ask me, how did your mother do it? Not by herself, I say. Because you see, my dad had 9 wives. Yeah, don't feel too bad for him, because that's how we African do it. We never turn down any pussy. Anyone we meet, we gather and bring to the family and add on to that. We'll be walking around and say, yeah, that's the pussy collector. You see, and my father, 30 kids that he had 22 girls, out of the 30. So that means I got 22 sisters. Imagine me growing up in a little hut with 22 sisters. Damn, that shit ain't funny. Because you see, among my father, 22 girls, between my father, 22 girls, and his 9 wives, that shit was like that time of the month, every day, 365 days a year in my little hut. There were always some angry bitch for no reason. And I couldn't understand the thing because I'm like, I want to grow up to be like my father, So I asked him, I said, Dad, why there's always some angry woman in the place? He said, son, there comes a time in a woman's life that there's a certain time of month she gets sick, but she really not ill. That is why the bitch always dull, bitches are always mad. I said, but you're always smiling. He said, yes, because I got one for every day of the week, plus 2 spare. So that means he never get angry at all. You see, but we African, get married to a whole bunch of women because it's fun. You can't beat up. You see, you can't beat up on one coochie all the fucking time. You see, you always have to have something to take place of the one you are beat up on. You see, because it's always good for a pussy to take vacation. When one takes vacation, there's always another one to help. A helper is a good thing. You see, but I'm going to leave you guys on this. I wanted to be like my father. until I discovered television and American women, because I saw this shit on TV. And I was like, wow, I want to go to America, find me a white girl and fuck the shit out of her. Then I came to America, you know, some years back. 4 months after I got here, my dick was dry as a motherfucker. Amen. The only water the motherfucker saw was when I was in the shower. So I asked my dad, where can I get some coochie? He said, go to the club. Went out to the club, and I'm dancing my little African boogie in the corner. Some girls walked by, a bunch of white girls now. And they look at me and I said, wow. What kind of a thing you doing over there? I said, this is the African breakdown, baby. Can you dance with me? I said, oh, no, I got a boyfriend, but dance with my friend. She was the biggest, fattest white girl I ever seen. And they say that white people can't dance. That's a fucking lie. But this one, when she did this, she had a wave.
Oh my God.
You see, everything was jiggling everywhere. But we African like shit with meat on it, you know? You know, so she kind of took me home. I tried to jump her bone.
Nice.
She said, hold on. Because before you hit this, you got to eat this. And I'm like, eats what? She said, eats me. I'm saying, you still alive, bitch. This African don't eat nothing that's breathing. That's my time. I'm out.
Let me hear it, guys. Sammy the African.
You got new shoes, Sammy.